Okay, first of all, real proud of our team. It was a total team effort. All week we talked about just playing good, hard-nosed Auburn football. Running the football, stopping the run, picking each other up. Our guys really played 60 minutes today. Overcame some adversity. We knew, they're a really talented offense. Defensively, you can tell they're improving. In the second half, we had a kickoff return called back. That was a huge momentum play, and then had to get the ball back, I guess, at the 20-yard line. We had a snap over our punter's head, and our defense, held right there. And then we dropped an extra point, and the momentum with that. We got the ball back. I think we went 3 and out and went backwards. Our defense stopped them when they had to with 4.5 minutes left. When they got the ball, we didn't have to use our 2 timeouts. Then the offense got the ball back and got a couple first downs, and then they're playing 2-man, and Bo and Seth, it was a perfectly executed play on that back shoulder, and then the safety overran it. Seth made a really good move, and I think Eli got a block and went house call with it. And then obviously they're very talented on offense, and to be able to hold them out. But very happy for our team. We talked about being balanced, running the football. Looks like we did that again. We talked about third downs, and we were 11 of 16 on third down, and trying to keep the defense off the field, and they were 10 of 16 on third down. So you went down to the very end. That's just the way this year is going. But we had an extremely tough week last week, and our guys held it together, and they fought, and this will be some good momentum for us moving forward with the way we won. Questions?
First question is from Jake Weiss.
Hey, Coach. How big of an impact was it having KJ Britt out there, and when did you learn that he was going to be on the sidelines for this game?
Well, last week, he just had surgery and his hand was still kind of throbbing, or he would have went with us last week. But he's our team leader, and his presence is really special. He's our team leader, not just offense, defense, special teams, but his presence was really big today.
Next question is Jason Caldwell.
Gus, you mentioned getting some stops on defense, and in those 2 drives, what does fourth quarter mean for you guys, and what did you see out of your team the last 15 minutes?
Yeah, when they went and scored, and then they kicked the extra point and went up by 1, and you could just see the momentum shift. And then our offense, we went backwards, 3 and out, had to punt, and they had a short field. Our defense held, got the ball back. And then you got to make a play. You got to win the game. The offense was in that situation where you got to win the game. We were just down by 3 or 1, so we could have kicked a field goal. But I just looked at offense executed when they had to. Bo was 3 of 4 and 82 yards on that last drive, and he was on target. And so that had an opportunity to win the game, and that's what they did.
Let's go to Justin Ferguson.
Hey, Gus. Bo obviously had a tough game last week with the 3 interceptions, but he took care of the ball today. Had that game-winning pass, ran the ball well. How pleased were you with the way he responded after what was a tough week last week?
Yeah, he responded like a champ. He came back, he fought his tail off. We protect the football, and when you protect the football, especially on the road, you got a real chance of winning. And we did that. It starts with him on the ball protection, and he led our offense. And it was a really good team effort. Like I said, the big thing from my standpoint is just each group picking each other up and responding when they had to.
Question from Ryan Hennessy.
Coach, that pass at the end, Bo to Seth Williams, that's been a lethal combination all year long. They kind of had a little bit of a discussion on the sideline last week, but what does that mean for them to come back and step up in time that you really needed them?
Like I said, it was a tough week last week, and we had a tough loss, a game that we thought we could have won. And you have to do some soul searching. Our team, they responded, they practiced like they were undefeated, which is really hard to do, and just had that refuse to lose mentality. And Bo and Seth, they got a special bond. And so like the game on the line, it was 2-man and the guys inside, and Bo's got a throw before the safety gets over. He threw a great back shoulder ball that you got to throw it a little bit quicker than you normally would with two man. And it was executed to perfection. And then Seth kept his feet and house called it.
Question from Nathan King.
Hey Gus, hey, you kind of talked about it last week, but how pleased were you with what Sean was able to do coming back from injury and kind of spelling Tank there?
Yeah, Sean, he's getting close to 100%. He runs extremely hard. And, those two, DJ got a little banged up on that one run. So those two really carried the load. I thought they ran extremely hard. I thought they broke tackles. So it was good, and they protected the football.
Question from Mark Murphy.
Yeah, Gus, can you talk about the two big plays Roger McCreary made on the fake punt and then also on fake field goal?
On the fake field goal. The fake field goal, it was just a great play. And, Travis Williams really is in charge of our field goal block team. He brought a block from the other side. They got in a really good stance like they were coming, so that's the reason they ran the play. And of course, Roger made a great play. And then down there on that, I guess it was the first drive, and he had the interception down there in the end zone. Of course, he's trying to house call it. He came out. We only got the ball in the 5, but he returned 100 yards earlier in the year, so he was thinking score. So, but he had a really good day.
How important is it to get in the running game going again, over 200 yards again today?
Yeah, I was at 3 weeks in a row, and like I said, if you're able to run the football, it takes a lot of pressure off everybody. And this team's growing. I said last week our offense is a work in progress, and what I meant by that is our offensive line for the first time had the same 5 guys. This week it was 2 weeks in a row, and I think we can keep building upon that. Anytime you can rush for 200 yards in this league, you got a good chance of winning.
Question from Christian Clemente.
Gus, you just kind of talked about it a little bit, but talk about Tank Bigsby, another 100-plus yard game, first time since Kerryon Johnson 2017.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Yeah, you just kind of talked about it a little bit, but talk about Tank Bigsby having another big game for the 3rd game in a row.
Yeah, he's running with passion. He's breaking tackles. I think he came into this game tied for first or something, breaking tackles in the country. So he's continuing to do that.
We've got 4 more questions in the queue. That'll wrap us up. First one's from Tom Green.
Gus, similar to Bo, just how good was it to see Seth bounce back after a rough outing last week with one of the better performances of his career, and I think his 3rd game-winning touchdown?
Yeah, he's an impact player, and the sign of a really, really good player is when they have a tough week the week before, and they come back and they rebound. And it doesn't surprise me at all. He's an impact player for us. I made a lot of good 3rd down catches and made a really good catch on that one where he went up and in the high point of the ball. I think we got the ball on the 1 after that. And of course, the last play was classic.
Next question's from Brian Matthews.
Yeah, Coach, thank you for speaking to us. I wanted to ask you about Brandon Council. How serious did that injury look at first, and how do you think that sets up for
I don't know. It didn't look very good with him coming off the field. So, hopefully it's not that bad. He's been so instrumental with the guys up front, could give us flexibility with the different positions he can play. So, very hopeful that's not anything serious.
We've got 2 more questions. The first is from Steve Moulton.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. The timeouts towards the end of regulation, what was the overall message to the defense and specifically the secondary right there, Coach?
Yeah, the game's on the line. I wanted to see how they were lined up formation-wise, if they were trying to put 84 to the boundary or whatever they were doing. Then probably the main reason I was wanting to give our guys a blow. Our guys were a little bit gassed at the end, so that was the reason. Give our guys a blow, see where they're putting people in, and try to predict, who they're going to try to get the ball to.
Last question for Coach Malzahn is from Gianna Home.
Hi, Coach. Kind of going off of that, how did you see the defense respond today in critical situations?
Well, when the game was on the line, they did it again. I think that's 2 weeks in a row where, there was still, 4 minutes left or whatever, and we had 2 timeouts, and I just felt real strong. Let's just let it play out. I think we got the ball back with 2.5 minutes, but they responded when they had to, and that they picked each other up. The offense responded when they had to. So, like I said, a lot of times it's how you win, and it was a true team win today, and something we can build upon.